Nothing that is old becomes born again, yet it does not completely cease to exist. That which has once existed always reappears in a new form. Definitely, that which is old is not born again, but neither does it completely disappear. Take the example of dwellings, which are shaped by the age in which they are built, and reshaped, perhaps improved, by the people who live in them. The old saying that a man's home is his castle neatly suits the Finnish view. A home of one's own is the most important purchase in the lives of many Finns.
Suomessa
50% of Finnish homes are in apartment buildings, a big proportion by European standards. Another interesting feature is that the housing stock is very young. This explains why so many Finnish homes look alike. The production of so many apartment blocks has had a definite normative effect. You could say that the quality is high, but one-sided perhaps.
Finland's biggest wave of home building began in the 1940s, after the Second World War. It can be seen in the houses typical of that period that were named frontliner houses, after soldiers who had served in the frontline combat. For many years, this wood-framed house remained the basic model for Finnish small homes. The oldest examples of Finnish urban residential architecture, fortunately saved from fire, are these picturesque wooden houses in the towns of Rauma and Naantali. A bygone age is also represented by these wooden dwellings in the Helsinki district of Käppylä. They have an important place in Finnish residential architecture.
The wooden dwellings of Käppylä, built in the 1920s, are a good example of accommodation that eased the problem of housing for low-income manual workers.
Today, these buildings, with their gardens, are very desirable property. Let the step from the vegetable patch into a house be shorter than the distance from the street or highway to a flower bed, said Alvar Aalto in the 1920s. Nowadays, Finns like their homes to be individualized. But in spite of this, there are timeless features in our domestic architecture that make it easily recognizable as Finnish. These include, of course, the sauna and the open fireplace, essential features of Finnish homes, ancient or modern. In the official residence of the President of Finland, the building named Manttuniemi, which means approximately Pine Bluff. Completed in 1993, there are sauna suites and fully 7 fireplaces. Finns regard nature as an important part of leisure and recreation, to the extent that a lot of people want to live close to nature, if not right in the middle of a forest, at least near one, and preferably beside a lake or the sea.
I think it's good if a single family house can offer its occupants a microcosm where outdoor and indoor areas interact smoothly.
Alvar Aalto, too, understood the importance of the relationship between people and nature for personal well-being. Architecture should always have a means of revealing an elemental link between a building and nature. Celebrating this affinity with nature is a notable feature of Finnish architecture in general. The link with nature also manifests itself in the choice of building materials. Wood, logs in particular, have been a Finnish building material for centuries. Its durability has been well tested by the extremes of the Finnish climate.
Nykyinen Rinta-Kaukolan talo on rakennettu 1836, mutta tämä on todennäköisesti niin hyvin perustettu, ja tämä on vähän korkeammalla alueella, että joki on tuossa niin lähellä, että tässä ei ole sitä, sanotaan niin kuin vesivahinkoja eikä semmoista kosteusvaurioita lainkaan.
Old buildings in the province of Ostrobotnia exemplify rustic architecture at its best. They differ from other Finnish buildings because of the originality of their shape, and they are in demand as targets for renovation.
Että kun mä oikeastaan se 30 vuotta tämä oli kylmillä tämä talo, niin mä käyn täällä monta kertaa pyytelemässä anteeksi tältä talolta, että me olimme tämän jättänyt. Ja nyt meillä oli oiva tilaisuus tulla takaisin. Ja se remontti oli raskas ja voimia vei todella. Ja oli pölyistä paljon ja työmiehiäkin oli paljon. Mutta kyllä me tykkäämme täällä nyt asua ja tällä talolla on oma sielu. Täällä on hyvä hengittää. Katto korkealla ja hyvä hengittää.
Wood remains a dream material for builders today. That's hardly surprising, as wood grown naturally goes perfectly with the concept of a clean, healthy lifestyle. It is also a material that many Finnish builders can obtain from their own forests. But the construction of multi-story buildings continues vigorously.
We're now in an apartment building in Helsinki that was completed a few years ago and represents modern residential building at its most typical.
The latest apartment buildings and terraced houses form urban residential communities that are designed to honor the Finnish preference for privacy and closeness to nature. The construction of single-family houses and holiday homes continues at a rate of 15,000 dwellings a year. Some are built on site, and some are prefabricated. Alvar Aalto was a forward-looking Finnish architect, ahead of his time. As early as the 1930s, he was already designing single-family houses for industrial production. Prefabricated buildings have their advantage. Like convenience food, they are quickly ready for use. Customized buildings, on the other hand, are designed to meet their occupants' needs. A big change in the Finnish lifestyle is that the boundary between work and leisure is no longer as clear as it used to be. Many people continue their working day at home, which of course affects the architecture of homes. Finland is one of the most rapidly aging nations in the European Union. This places special demands on the construction of homes.
I'm standing outside the Wilhelmiina Center that provides residential services for senior citizens. As an architect, I think it is important for people to be able to participate in a variety of activities and to maintain their privacy.
In the design of residential service centers, Finland is a pioneer. Finnish concepts in this area have attracted international interest. A good example is the Finnish Wellbeing Center for senior citizens in Sendai, Japan. The extremes of climate in Finland, where the foundations of buildings must endure severe frost and walls must withstand rain, snow, and very low temperatures, and then provide shelter against scorching sunshine, mean that architects face a big challenge in designing housing that embodies the qualities of good architecture, defined by the architect Vitruvius in ancient Rome. According to Vitruvius, the three qualities required are firmitas, utilitas, and venustas: durability, functionality, and beauty. But these elements separately are not enough. They must be in perfect balance with each other. A good basis for pleasant residential architecture in Finland and the world today.